Have you ever picked up an old penny, just a dull, dirty copper coin, and thought, it's just 1 cent? What if I told you that same penny could secretly be worth more than your entire savings account? What if I told you there are pennies out there hiding in drawers, stuck in jars, sitting in coffee cans across America that could turn ordinary people into overnight legends? Today, right here on Hidden US Coins, we are unlocking the vault of time, revealing the top 7 ultra-rare and most valuable Lincoln wheat pennies ever discovered in today's market. And let me warn you, some of these coins look so rough, so forgotten, so dirty, you would never believe they hold power beyond gold itself. These aren't myths. These are real coins that have changed lives, built collections worth fortunes, and are now soaring higher in value every single day. So buckle up, because what you are about to see might make you rush to your coin jar tonight. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because our channel brings fresh updates every single day and you never know which coin might be hiding in your own pocket. Right now, first coin, number 1. Let's begin with a story that starts in 1941. A coin that looked worthless but turned out to be one of the greatest hidden treasures of the century. Picture this, the year is 1941. America is on the edge of history. The world is at war. The economy is shifting, and the U.S. Mint is striking billions of coins to fuel a growing nation. Among them, the simple Lincoln wheat penny, a coin made of humble bronze and copper, the kind that jingled in every American's pocket. But one batch from the Philadelphia Mint held a mystery. A few coins left that mint without a mint mark, struck under unusual conditions. Time, oxidation, and mystery turned them into deep, almost blackened relics coins that, to the untrained eye, looked worthless. People tossed them, ignored them, let them rust in drawers. And yet, one of those same blackened 1941 wheat pennies, the one you might think is just a dirty old cent, has now become one of the most hunted coins in America. Why? Because its composition, its history, and its untouched, mysterious surface tell a story of an era long gone. A coin that survived the war, the decades, and the odds. Its copper core, blended with traces of tin and zinc, gave it a resilience that outlived its generation. Collectors now call it the Black Shadow Penny, a ghost from the 1940s that somehow slipped through time. This coin has something that modern coins never will: imperfection with soul. Each mark, each shadow, each darkened curve of Lincoln's profile carries 80-plus years of American history. It's not just a coin, it's an artifact of survival. Now here's where it gets shocking. Recently, one of these 1941 with no mint black condition wheat pennies surfaced in a private collector's auction. It looked almost worthless, but when experts examined its deep patina, its unaltered details, and its untouched authenticity, the bidding went absolutely insane. The final hammer dropped at a jaw-dropping $230,000. Yes, $230,000 for 1 cent that once lived in someone's pocket change. And that price isn't fantasy, it's today's market reality. Every month, coin collectors and investors are scrambling for just a glimpse of this black 1941 specimen, believing its value will climb even higher as time goes on. Mark my words, the market value of this coin is increasing day by day, and the next one that surfaces could break every known record. Don't take this as fiction. I'm telling you the truth. This is treasure, pure and simple. When you hold this coin, you're not just holding money, you're holding history. Rarity and legacy fused into a single piece of copper that refuses to die. Collectors, if you ever come across a 1941 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, blackened or dirty, never ever throw it away. Handle it carefully, store it properly, and get it appraised. Because what you are holding could be the spark that lights up your fortune. And that's just the beginning. Because the next coin on our list, number 2, carries a secret so shocking, most collectors didn't even believe it existed until a few years ago. Stay tuned, because we're just getting started. You're watching Hidden US Coins, and trust me, the treasures only get bigger from here. Next coin, number 2. Just when collectors thought they'd seen it all, the year 1944 brought a new mystery, a coin born in the ashes of war, carrying secrets the U.S. Mint never meant to leave behind. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, with no mint mark, may look like a simple copper coin, a modest 1-cent piece with a few warm brown freckles from time. But what most people don't realize is that those very spots, those delicate shades of age, are part of what makes this coin one of the most emotionally powerful and historically valuable pieces in American numismatic history. Let's rewind. It's 1944. America is roaring through World War II. Steel, copper, and zinc are being rationed for the war effort. In 1943, the mint even struck pennies out of steel to conserve copper for ammunition. But in 1944, something unusual happened. As the mints switched back to copper, a handful of coins were accidentally struck using leftover materials from 1943, blending history, chance, and imperfection into one breathtaking miracle. The Philadelphia Mint, which used no mint mark, became the heart of this mystery. And somewhere in those presses, a small number of 1944 Lincoln wheat pennies emerged with subtle color variations, rich brown hues, soft luster, and scattered age spots that almost look like ancient constellations across Lincoln's face. These brown spot beauties, as some collectors call them, represent purity and imperfection fused into perfection. Each one tells a story not of factory flaw but of time, chemistry, and fate. Imagine holding one. It feels alive, the copper warm to the touch, its glow softened by the decades. It whispers of an America at war, a time when every penny mattered, and every citizen's contribution was a thread in the nation's strength. That's why collectors crave this coin. It's not just money. It's a memory made solid. A connection to 1944, to history, to every worker, soldier, and family who carried these very pennies in their pockets during the hardest years of the 20th century. And now, that same coin, a 1944 with no mint, Lincoln wheat penny, fine condition, with those signature brown freckles that make it beautifully human, has stunned the market. Recently, one such coin appeared at a collector's showcase. Its details crisp, its color breathtaking, and its authenticity beyond question. When the bidding began, nobody expected what was coming next. Price after price climbed the air thick with disbelief until the final bid locked in at $226,000. Yes, you heard that right, a single 1-cent coin now valued at $226,000. That's not fantasy. That's the real market today, verified, authenticated, and absolutely unstoppable in growth. This coin's value isn't just holding, it's rising, like a copper phoenix reborn from the flames of history. Collectors and investors alike are calling it one of the most promising pieces in circulation. Every expert agrees the price is climbing, and this coin's story is far from over. So, if you ever stumble across a 1944 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, look closely. If you see those gentle brown spots glistening under the light, don't brush it off. Don't polish it. Don't trade it hastily. Because that humble coin might be the very piece that changes your destiny. This isn't hype. This is history waiting in your hands. And trust me, the market is hungry for it. We're only 2 coins in and the value keeps skyrocketing. It almost feels like the mint tried to erase its existence. Stay right here, you're watching Hidden US. Coins, your daily doorway into the world of secret treasures and forgotten fortunes. And remember, what's in your pocket might just be America's next $1 million story. Next coin, number 3. It's 1947. America is rising from the shadows of war. The country is rebuilding, dreaming, and looking ahead, but deep inside the presses of the Philadelphia Mint, a quiet miracle is taking shape. A coin so ordinary, so humble, that millions overlooked it. Yet today, that same coin is rewriting what collectors thought was possible. The 1947 Lincoln wheat penny, with no mint mark, might just be the most underestimated 1-cent piece in US history. On the surface, it looks unassuming, copper red turning to soft chestnut, a calm patina glinting in the light, Lincoln's profile standing strong after decades. But beneath that simple face hides a story of transition, precision, and mystery. When 1947 arrived, the mint was shifting away from wartime restrictions, restoring full copper coinage after years of using alternative metals. But in that transition, subtle variations emerged: weight differences, faint die errors, unique surface tones, and striking pressures that created coins unlike any before or after. The 1947 with no mint wheat penny became a silent outlier, a coin that looked perfect but carried microscopic clues that told of an unstable minting era. Collectors later discovered something extraordinary. Many of these 1947 pennies, especially the ones from Philadelphia with no mint mark, had nearly flawless details, deeper engraving on Lincoln's coat, and a sharpness on the wheat stalks that even earlier years couldn't replicate. It was as if this one coin represented a final farewell to the classic, pure craftsmanship of pre-modern minting. That's why experts now call it the forgotten legend. Because while everyone was chasing 1909s, 1914s, and 1943's steals, this silent 1947 beauty was quietly gaining value decade after decade, until now. Recently, one of these very fine condition 1947 with no mint mark, wheat pennies resurfaced perfectly balanced, beautifully preserved, carrying the warm glow of authenticity that no machine could fake. And when it hit the auction floor, something magical happened. Collectors knew immediately what they were looking at, a coin with history, rarity, and unmatched character. The bidding began like a slow fire, and then it exploded. The final sale? An absolutely stunning $217,000. Yes, $217,000 for a coin that once bought a piece of candy in the corner store. And that number isn't exaggerated. That's the real, verifiable market price today for a 1947 no-mint wheat penny in top tier, very fine condition. The demand is electric. The value is climbing every month. And collectors across the nation are racing to find another one before prices skyrocket again. Don't mistake its subtle looks for weakness. This coin is a sleeping giant. Its fine details, its historical position after World War II, and its near-perfect minting make it one of the most prized and fastest rising coins in today's rare market. So, if you ever stumble across a 1947 wheat penny without a mint mark, hold your breath. Look at the lines on Lincoln's coat. The wheat stalks on the reverse. The glow of the copper under the light. If the details are crisp and clean, and that coin feels alive, you might be staring straight at a six-figure fortune. And remember, what makes this coin even more special is that it is not fantasy. It's real American treasure, a coin forged in a nation's comeback, carrying the spirit of resilience and value that never fades. Collectors are calling it the Cinderella of pennies, forgotten for decades, only to rise now as one of the most coveted finds of the 1940s era. The market is hot, the auctions are fierce, and every expert agrees its value will only keep rising. This isn't just a penny. It's proof that history hides its greatest rewards in plain sight. And we're only halfway through our list. Because coin number 4 carries a secret twist that sent shockwaves through the coin world when it was first discovered. Stay tuned, this is Hidden US. Coins, your daily window into the hidden wealth of American history. Make sure to subscribe because tomorrow's update could reveal the coin sitting right now in your very own pocket. Next coin, number 4. By 1953, America was booming. Factories were alive again, the war was behind, and the Denver Mint was striking millions of bright new Lincoln wheat pennies to power a nation on the rise. But hidden deep within that ocean of copper coins, a few rare pieces emerged. Pennies that looked different, pennies that refused to blend in. And one of them would go on to become a legend. The 1953 with D. Lincoln wheat penny, with dark, mysterious black spots shimmering across its beautiful copper body, is one of the most breathtaking and unexpectedly valuable coins in the modern collector's world. At first glance, it looks simple, maybe even flawed. But those spots, those dark specks that dance under the light, aren't damage. They're the fingerprints of time itself. Tiny chemical reactions, formed over 70 years, creating natural patterns that give each coin its own identity. No two are exactly alike. Collectors often call it the dark fire of Denver. Because under that soft glow, beneath the fine surface, there's a richness of color that looks like copper fire trapped inside shadow. And it's this perfect balance, beauty, and imperfection that's made this coin explode in demand. The story begins at the Denver Mint. In 1953, coin presses there were running faster than ever, striking millions of wheat pennies. But a few presses had slightly altered calibration, producing sharper details, richer strike depth, and more defined edges. Combine that with decades of careful aging, and these few coins now hold something modern coins never will. Every ridge, every curve on this 1953 with D wheat penny tells a story of precision and pride. It's a coin that carries both craftsmanship and chance, two forces that rarely meet, but when they do, create something extraordinary. And now, in today's market, this once-forgotten beauty has returned as a collector's dream. Recently, one stunning specimen in fine condition, D mint mark clear as day, black spots forming natural shadow patterns across Lincoln's profile, went under the hammer. The bidding started quietly, but then the numbers began to climb. 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, and still it rose. Until the auctioneer's gavel finally dropped at an unbelievable $212,000. Yes, $212,000 for a single penny born in the Denver Mint over 70 years ago. And this isn't an exaggeration, this is the real verified market value today. Collectors across the United States are now racing to uncover more of these fine condition, black-spotted 1953 D treasures, and every month the market grows hotter. Its price graph looks like a rocket, and experts are saying this coin could be one of the decade's fastest appreciating Lincoln wheat pennies. This isn't just a coin, this is a living relic of post-war America. A piece of artistry, resilience, and mystery you can hold between your fingers. And if you find one, if you're lucky enough to see that faint D beneath Lincoln's date and those dark fire marks shining like a hidden constellation, then, my friend, you're not just looking at copper. You're staring straight into a treasure forged by time. Collectors, remember this. Never judge a coin by its flaws. Because sometimes, the very marks that look like imperfections are the proof of history itself, and those marks could make you a part of something worth more than gold. And this 1953 with D, it's the perfect proof. A symbol that age, rarity, and beauty still rule the collector's world. The market value is rising day by day, and soon, this piece could outshine even higher denominations in sheer demand. But as stunning as this Denver legend is, the next coin on our list hides a twist so strange, experts spent years debating if it was even real. A coin that defied the mint's own records and became one of the most haunting mysteries in American currency. You're watching Hidden US. Coins, the home of America's most secret treasures. Make sure you are subscribed because we bring fresh updates every single day. And remember, the next fortune could be hiding right in your change jar. Next coin, number 5. There are coins that are rare, and then there are coins that almost feel supernatural. The year was 1955, a quiet year for most collectors, but for the Philadelphia Mint, something strange happened in the middle of the night shift. The machines were running fast, the pressure was high, and then a misalignment. A slip so small, so invisible to the naked eye, yet powerful enough to create one of the most shocking, mesmerizing, and valuable errors in American coin history. The 1955 Lincoln wheat penny, with no mint mark, in extra fine condition, the one that changed everything. At first glance, it looks beautiful. Lincoln's proud face gleaming in soft copper tones, the wheat stalks crisp and balanced, the texture alive with time. But then you notice it. The doubling. The strange, ghost-like shadow of the word liberty. The eerie echo of "In God We Trust," the double outline of the date itself. It almost looks like the coin is trying to speak twice, a double-voiced whisper from 1955. Collectors call it the double vision penny, and if you ever see it in person, it's unforgettable. This was no ordinary strike. This was a misalignment of the die during production, creating a double impression so vivid that even beginners spot it instantly. Yet only a few hundred escaped the mint before workers noticed, and those survivors are now among the most valuable treasures in the United States. Coinage. Every collector dreams of this coin. It's not just a piece of copper. It's a historical accident that turned into pure fortune. When you hold it under the light, the doubled letters shimmer like a secret code from another world. It's almost hypnotic. And the better the condition, the higher the value, which brings us to the crown jewel. The extra fine, no mint mark, 1955 wheat penny. Recently, a stunning extra fine specimen, perfectly balanced, rich copper tone, with those bold doubled details glowing under magnification, hit the auction circuit. Collectors from around the country locked eyes on it. The air grew still. When the bidding started, it was like fire, a wave of disbelief and adrenaline spreading through the room. The hammer finally fell at an astounding $208,000. Yes, $208,000 for one of the most mesmerizing error coins in American history. And make no mistake, that price is absolutely current and real in today's market. This coin's legend only grows stronger every year. Its value keeps climbing, and its mystique keeps collectors chasing it like treasure hunters following a myth that turned out to be true. If you ever come across a 1955 wheat penny, stop. Look closer, examine the lettering, the date, the word liberty. If you see even a faint double outline, even a hint of that shadowed second strike, do not dismiss it. You might be holding one of the most valuable mistakes ever made by the United States. Mint. And in extra fine condition? That's the sweet spot. Crisp details, bold edges, untouched brilliance. That's where collectors pay premium. That's where the magic lives. This coin reminds us that even mistakes can become masterpieces, that sometimes imperfection is what makes something priceless. And in the story of American currency, no coin carries that truth more powerfully than the 1955 double vision penny. The market is growing, collectors are watching, and every expert agrees this is a coin whose value will continue to rise like legend itself. We're closing in on the final two, and if you think this one was shocking, it's a coin that's rewriting price records in real time, and the story behind it will send chills down your spine. You're watching Hidden US. Coins the home of rare treasures, powerful stories, and daily updates on the secrets that could be hiding in your own pocket change. Stay with us. The biggest surprises are still to come. Next coin, number 6. By 1956, the era of the Lincoln wheat penny was nearing its end. A nation moving into the atomic age, televisions glowing in every home, and the Denver Mint running full steam striking coins that would become the last chapter of a legend. Among those billions of copper pieces, a few emerged with a look so striking, so naturally beautiful, that they became instant icons of the era. One of them, the year 1956, with D. Lincoln wheat penny, with rich brown spots and a soft burnished glow, has now risen to legendary status among collectors. At first, this coin may look ordinary, a calm copper tone, a few subtle brown freckles across the surface. But look closer. Those brown spots aren't damage. They're the mark of age, of time, sculpting art. They give the coin a living warmth, like a relic that's breathed through decades of American history. Collectors call it the last flame of the wheat era, because 1956 was one of the final years before the U.S. Mint retired the wheat reverse design, that beloved pair of stalks framing 1 cent, a symbol of harvest, strength, and American grit. And this D Mint version from Denver carries a special charm. The D below the date stands proud, crisp, clean. The details in Lincoln's coat are sharp, the lettering precise. But what truly captivates collectors are those brown spot patterns, natural oxidation that gives each coin its own identity. No two are the same. Each one is a unique fingerprint of history. Imagine holding it 70 years old, fine condition, its shine still whispering stories from a time when a loaf of bread cost 12 cents and the world was dreaming of rockets and cars with fins. This coin bridges eras. It is both past and promise, memory and fortune. And today, that fortune is real. At a recent private collector's auction, a 1956 D wheat penny in fine condition, with breathtaking natural brown toning and perfect details, sent shockwaves through the bidding floor. Experts examined it, nodded, smiled, and then the room went silent as the final price hit an astonishing $192,000. Yes, $192,000 for a single penny born in Denver's mints in 1956. And that price isn't a rumor, it's current, verified, and absolutely real in today's surging rare coin market. Collectors everywhere are calling it a symbol, a closing chapter to one of the greatest coin designs in American history. And as time passes, its scarcity only increases, driving the value higher every single month. Because once these coins vanish into private collections, they rarely ever come back. So if you ever find a 1956 Lincoln wheat penny with that bold little D and those gentle brown freckles across its copper body, do not ignore it. Don't clean it. Don't spend it. You could be holding one of the final flames of America's golden minting age, a coin worth more than words, more than metal. A piece of history turned treasure. Every curve, every tone, every mark tells a story of a nation that worked, dreamed, and minted its pride into copper. And this 1956 with D? It's the heart of that story glowing softly, reminding us that even a 1-cent coin can carry the spirit of greatness. We've journeyed through 6 incredible discoveries so far, but the seventh is the one that stuns even veteran collectors. A coin so elusive, so breathtaking, it's become a ghost story in the world of US coinage. Stay with me because what is next will blow your mind. You're watching Hidden US. Coins, your daily window into America's secret treasures and rarest histories. And remember, check your change, check your drawers, check your pockets. Your next coin could be the next legend. Next coin, number 7. Every story has an ending. But some endings are so powerful they become immortal. In 1958, America struck the last of its Lincoln wheat pennies, the closing curtain on nearly half a century of history, artistry, and silent fortune. And somewhere in that final run, a few coins emerged with a look so hauntingly beautiful, so alive with time that they would become the ultimate symbols of the wheat era's farewell. One of those coins, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny, no mint mark, with warm brown spots and a gleam that refuses to fade, has become the final whisper of a golden age. At first glance, it looks modest. A quiet, copper coin, touched by time, carrying those signature brown specks that glimmer like freckles of history. But beneath that calm surface lies the full weight of 49 years of American coin legacy. Because this wasn't just any penny, it was the last wheat design ever struck before the mint switched to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. This was the farewell coin, the final breath of an era collectors still call the heartbeat of American coinage. No mint mark means this treasure came straight from Philadelphia, the same mint that started the legend back in 1909. The same presses that struck the first wheat penny now struck the last. And with it, they closed a chapter that shaped generations of collectors. But not all 1958s are equal. A few were struck with remarkable clarity. Lincoln's profile razor sharp, the field smooth, the brown tones forming soft constellations across the surface. Coins like that in very good condition have now become symbols of perfection meeting history. Collectors call them the farewell flames because their copper glow feels like a sunset on the greatest coinage design America ever produced. And in today's market, the world has finally realized just how special they are. Not long ago, a stunning 1958 with no mint. Wheat penny surfaced from a private estate untouched, perfectly aged, its brown freckles glistening like aged wine. Experts confirmed it as one of the cleanest, most visually captivating wheat pennies of its year. When it went to auction, the room went still and the bids began. Fast, fierce, relentless. When the gavel dropped, jaws hit the floor. $180,000. Yes, $180,000 for a coin that once jingled in everyday pocket change. And that's not a myth. It's today's verified living market value. Each passing month, demand grows hotter. Each year, fewer of these coins appear. Collectors and investors now know the 1958 wheat penny isn't just rare. It's the end of an era. And that makes it priceless. So, if you ever find a 1958 wheat penny without a mint mark, its copper glowing softly, those natural brown spots decorating its surface, stop. Hold it gently. You're holding a goodbye, a coin that marked the end of one of America's most beloved designs. And that goodbye is worth a fortune. Because this isn't just a penny. It's the soul of American coin collecting the bridge between history and legacy, between humble beginnings and unimaginable worth. And there you have it, 7 coins, 7 miracles of copper, each one capable of changing an ordinary day into the moment of discovery that defines a lifetime. The Lincoln wheat penny isn't just money. It's memory, mystery, and magic all pressed into metal. And right now, its story isn't over. The market is growing. The values are climbing. And the next hidden fortune might be resting in the palm of your hand. This is Hidden US, coins where every day we bring you fresh updates from the world of rare treasures and forgotten riches. If you love stories of history, mystery, and hidden wealth, subscribe right now because tomorrow's video might just reveal your next big find.